It's not a secret that in the past 6 years, there have been many cases of cop-related violence against unarmed citizens. Cop-related violence and shootings have been on the rise and in the news, and it seems like each time there are more and more incidents that happen that cause national outrage. Cops need more training, especially de-escalation situations. We will see a list of situations and causes for why cops need more training. The problems that have led to cops need more training when it comes to a situation that requires de-escalation. The first of the problems that have led to us where we are as a nation is that cops providing the training itself that are part of the problem. According to M.L. Nestel, an April of 2015 article for the Daily Beast, states that a deputy by the name of Robert Bates, who killed an unarmed male who was trained by a former cop who was put to jail for first-degree murder. In the same article, it goes into detail about how, according to the former cop who trained the deputy, never actually gave any training. He was forced to sign off on his training without actually doing anything at all. This accusation did not lead anywhere. But it shows that when people who train future cops lied and made stuff up just to cover himself. The second reason is that there is no set standard for training for cops to go through for anything, including de-escalation situations. In a June 2020 article on Axios.com titled America's Broken System of Training Cops by Margaret H. McGill and Erica Pandy, they state that there is no federal layout for how cops be trained in handling situations at all. According to the same article, the issue is not how to dish out force, but when to actually use it. This is very important because when you decide on when to actually use force and train on when to use it, it allows the cops to function more in the moment without actually jumping on using force and shooting unarmed people because they might feel threatened. A federal guideline on empathy and training and when to use force will be that so cops can be in a better situation of handling stress in situations that de-escalating strategies are made for instead of jumping on using your firearm. This is an infographic that America is way higher than any other country when it comes to police shootings of other civilians. So what can we do to ensure that cops are being trained better in handling de-escalating techniques and strategies? Many people have brought up that cutting the funding for police would solve all problems, but it won't solve all problems, it will just create different ones. A true fix will be implementing wide reform of police, as well as criminal justice departments. Reforming the police departments, not only the ones that have shown in killing unarmed people, because all the police departments will bring about situations that will result in less deaths, because the cops will be in training and how to de-escalating situations. They could also put this into something that's called community-oriented policing. According to William L. Harvey in an October 1999 issue of Police, community-oriented policing allows cops to be part of the community instead of seeing themselves as above the community. According to Annie Sweeney and Dan Hinkle, in the issue of TCA Original News, many people from the city of Chicago have stated that sludging the budget for police will actually do more harm than good. People think that reforming the police or cutting police funding automatically means dismantling the police as a whole. However, this is far from the truth. Reforming a police force will not mean firing everyone. It means that by implementing policies that force cops to take more or better training courses, that they can serve the community which they are supposed to properly. Defunding the police department doesn't mean anything. like most of the naysayers think. It would mean instead of spending so much of the budget on police, they would be spending it on community outreach programs. They could also spend that money on trying to obviate the poor or lower drug rates, which will reduce crime and thus the cost will be called out less. This solution doesn't just work on paper. A few cities have fully reformed their police departments, and they are in a state that has naturally high rates of crime, New Jersey. According to Nika Rao in a June 2020 article of The Guardian, Newark and Camden, two cities in New Jersey, have lowered not only their crime rates, but also the rates at which crimes have been committed by police against citizens. By allowing sweeping reform of their police departments and putting more money into other programs to help stem the tide of the problems such as poverty and drug use, cops are needed far less, thereby reducing the strain on them and preventing them from having to intervene in every situation. They were truly able to do this by firing all police and disbanding the union and replacing them with other police, as well as teaming up with New York University to reform police policies, which shows that with proper training, police can be reformed. According to the article, the cities are now at a 50-year low, and the excessive force complaints have been cut down from 60 plus to 3 to 2 years. After what you have learned today, does anyone have a question?
I do, Justin. Justin, I want to know, how do you feel when you see a police officer on TV kill an unarmed citizen? How does it make you feel?
When I see police killing an unarmed civilian on the news, it makes me feel angry because police are abusing their power, in which they are supposed to serve and be part of their community, serve the community. So I leave you with this ponder. The data has shown that America is way ahead of any other country in police shootings. The only way out of this predicament that we find ourselves in is to provide better training for our police. Maybe then we'll be able to be in a nation where we don't have to see protests and riots over police killings of unarmed civilians.